Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me. Best three teams in the NFC. Now, this can change week to week, day by day, and I hope it does because I can't believe I'm about to admit to this, y'all. I can't believe I'm about to say that the number one team in the NFC is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, look, man, look, is Philly everything over here besides football? And if you know, you know. You know those vibes when it comes to football. Y'all know those vibes. But I got to keep it real. And this is just my opinion. The Eagles turned it around from earlier in the season. They were struggling. A lot of Eagle fans wasn't feeling what they was doing early on with the play calling and just their defense wasn't showing up. But they turned it around. They definitely turned it around. And it starts with their quarterback in their run game, Saquon Barkley. But their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, you know, I followed him when he was in college, when he transferred from Alabama to Oklahoma. And that was a good draft pick by the Eagles. And I'm still salty. That's why I'm saying it again. Like, I'm salty that y'all got him in the second round. But Jalen Hurts is having a good 2024 NFL season. He has 12 touchdowns to 5 interceptions for 2,197 passing yards. But this is what got me like, dang. Like, this man's having one of those years that if he keeps up what he's doing, he might be in the MVP conversation. This man rushed for 11 touchdowns. And I know people are going to say, well, some of them are quarterback sneaks. I understand all that, but still, it's still good. 11 rushing touchdowns and rushed for 417 yards. The man is balling, and wow, I ain't trying to congratulate him, but I got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't stand the dang on Eagles. But if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's definitely going down. We going live for every single Minnesota Viking game this season. Join the YouTube family. We also, if you're a Phillies fan, we doing Phillies play-by-play. If you're a Sixer fan, we doing Sixer play-by-play. You know the old vibes over here. Hybrid Sports fan, you know the old vibes. Let's get it. Yo, Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me. Thank you for vibing with your bull. But also the Eagles, when it comes to Saquon Barkley, he pretty much saved their season, in my opinion. If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley, Mr. Consistent, when healthy, he is debatably the best running back in the whole NFL. This man is simply gifted, very shifty, power. He has everything, very elusive, speed, everything you could think of. That is Saquon Barkley. The man has over 1,000 yards already. He is a straight up beast. So, and then you got to take into account, you got to stop Jalen Hurts when it comes to like containing him from getting rushing yards. He has an arm as well. Sometimes he's not as accurate, but when he is on and he's on his A game, the Eagles are very hard to beat with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown in Dallas, their tight end. They have a very good team, and their offensive line is good as well. So the Eagles I ain't trying to give them too much love. I ain't trying to give them so much respect, but I got to keep it real. And on top of the Eagles' offense being so good, you got to talk about their defense. Their defense and total defense, they're ranked number 1. They're top 5 in a lot of different categories when it comes to stopping the run, when it comes to stopping the opposing team from passing on them. They're top 5 in passing defense. So, dang. So the Eagles got a very good team, and I hate to admit it, but I have to talk that talk. Talk that talk. Now, as a diehard Minnesota Viking fan, I hate to admit this as well. The number 2 best team in the NFC is the Detroit Lions. Now, look, I understand Viking fans is not going to like what I'm saying. I know, I understand y'all, but I got to keep it as real as possible because the Lions are they're more consistent than the Vikings overall as a whole, as a team, because the Lions, when it comes to their run game, debatably the best run game in the whole NFL. When you got Gibbs and Montgomery, both, I don't know who's the first string or the second string. They both could be first string running backs. That's how good the running backs are. You got that. And then you got the play action with Jared Goff. And I say this all the time. When it comes to the play action with the Lions, if they're running the game, if they have a running game, it's almost impossible to beat the Lions because they're going to use the play action. And Jared Goff, he is debatably the best quarterback when it comes to that play action pass, man. When those linebackers, safeties, and corners bite off of that play action, that man is super accurate for some reason. I don't know how is he this good with the lines. I don't understand it, but I gotta give credit when credit is due. And then you got St. Brown, Sam Laporta that he's throwing it to. Their offensive line is good as well. So it's very hard to beat the Lions. The Lions are very good. And then on top of that, their defense is also pretty good as well, stopping the run. They just signed Zadarius Smith. You know what I mean? He used to be on the Vikings. He used to be on the Packers. You know what I mean? I don't understand why he's all in the NFC North, why he don't want to lead the NFC North. But the only weakness with the Lions defense, what is their weakness, y'all? Their secondary. Their secondary is a little bit below average. So they're not the best at stopping the pass, but when it comes to stopping the run with McNeil, and hopefully, I'm not going to say hopefully, but I think they're going to get a lot better with Zadarius Smith. You know what I mean? And what else? What else do they got? That's about it for the Lions. That's all I want to say about the Lions. I'm not going to give them no more respect. I'm not giving them no more love. Forget the Lions. Now let's get to the Minnesota Vikings. They're number 3. They're the 3rd best team overall in the NFC. Now, when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings, and the only reason why I don't have them above the Lions because the Lions beat us, and the only reason why I don't have them above the Eagles because the Eagles are just hot right now. They're just a better overall team right now. But like I said, it could change week to week. Sam Darnold is having the best season of his career, in my opinion. Sam Darnold, Sammy D, has one of the best wide receivers in the game in Justin Jefferson that he can throw it to. I don't even think it's a debate. I don't even think it's one of the best. He is the best wide receiver in the game, named JJ number 18. He also has another wide receiver that's pretty darn good as well in Jordan Addison. He also has one of the best tight ends in the NFL when healthy in TJ Hawkinson, Jalen Naylor, Sherfield Sr. He has a lot of different wide receivers, skill players that can catch the ball on the outside. So he has the talent. And then on top of that, our run game is pretty darn good. I am honestly surprised at how good our running game is overall. I would like it to be a little bit better, but I can't complain. It's doing enough. And Aaron Jones is something special, man. I'm so happy that he's on the Minnesota Vikings. But let me just say this. If we can get it together with the turnovers, I feel like this team is going to be number 1 by the end of this season. I don't care what nobody says. That's just my opinion. It is what it is. Skol, baby. Now, when it comes to the offensive line of the Minnesota Vikings, I just had to say this. For crazy to get Cam Robinson, I believe Cam Robinson was on the injury report. Hopefully he's okay. Getting that left tackle, that was awesome. Brian O'Neill, one of the best right tackles in the NFL. The interior offensive line is playing pretty darn good for the most part consistently overall. And yeah, so that's it for the offense. The offense is on point, right? When it comes to the defense for the mighty Minnesota Vikings, it's just, wow. Brian Flores has changed the culture on defense. And I said that before in one of my other videos. He has. It's a fact. Like, when you go from the defense we had when we went against the Giants and the Donashell defense and that bull, what's the quarterback's name, man, that got that contract from the Giants, man? Daniel Jones. He got a dang on contract because he went against the Minnesota Vikings defense in the playoffs. But ever since then, he been looking a little, you know what I'm saying? He been looking a little off, you know what I'm saying? But Brian Flores' defense is amazing, man. And I know there's some weaknesses in the zone, in the middle of the field. It's open some of the time. But overall, they bend, they don't break, they don't give up too many points. When it comes to Andrew Van Ginkel, when it comes to our secondary and Byron Murphy and Stephon Gilmore, shout out to Quasi for that Stephon Gilmore, especially when Mekhi Blackman went down. And then getting Jonathan Grenard to kind of replace Danielle Hunter, one of my favorite players in Minnesota Viking history. The offseason was so spectacular, but it's planning out on that field on the defensive side of the ball. You know, when Andrew Van Ginkel, I don't know what game it was, but it was a pick 6. I don't know if it was against the Giants. I believe it was against the Giants. Like, these players are balling. You know what I mean? Harrison Phillips is balling. Even my guy, Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith Even though he's up there in age, he's still balling. You know, we got a good overall team on defense, and we might not have the superstar players on defense, but we get the job done. And that's all because of the schemes that we have on this defense because of that guy, Brian Flores. But shout out to everybody that's watching this video. I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. But those are my 3 teams. And this is just my opinion, y'all. I got to keep saying it because I know people be salty. They be like, yo, why is he saying that? Why is the Vikings 3? Why is the Eagles 1? Why is the Lions 2? Nah, bruh. Like, let's keep it real. I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. And then, like I said, we might mess around and be number 1 next week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Anything can happen. But that's all I got to say. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
I really do this.
I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.